I was born and raised in Blackpool, and it's a town I love despite its faults. But in recent years, stag and hen parties seem to have taken over my childhood town. In 2013, stag and hen party bookings are up 265% on the previous year. But how does this affect local residents and the families who come for a traditional holiday by the sea? I spoke to my nan and granddad who used to go to Blackpool as children before buying a hotel there in the 80s.
We're not going to the door now. I think TV's at the door. Hello.
Bloody hell. Didn't know you were coming home this weekend.
I told you I'm interviewing you.
Oh, God's true. From when I used to come here as a little boy, when I were about 10, it was fabulous. You could not get on the beach. It was that packed. You could not walk up and down the prom. It was that full. Everything was booming. It were a real boom town at that time.
I mean, young still after. Even at 60s. That the young ones still had the fun. But they had that the winter garden. We used to have dancers, and then they used to have these pop stars what were coming like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and your Silly Blacks and that used to have concerts there for young. But the big ballroom in the tower and in the winter garden were for the young teenagers and dancing and that. And it weren't all drink. And dressing up and who can look the most sexiest and the most silliest and things like that, Because that's what it's all now, is now. It's making a statement on the street, look at me, aren't I lovely? I'm getting married next week. And I think, so, well, if he took a look at you now, I don't know how many of these marriages last, I'm sure.
Alan owns a bingo hall on the promenade. He believes that Blackpool still has a family presence.
This is the bingo, Blackpool's old famous bingo. Look at this. You won't see one of those anywhere else.
Really?
Yep, you will not see one of them anywhere else. That's an original 1950s bingo machine. I bet you've never seen one, have you? Now watch this. When I first came to Blackpool, there were 17 million visitors a year, and now we're down to about 8. So obviously it's halved. That's why there's lots of empty guest houses. There's too many guest houses for the amount of people that comes here. But yeah, we do okay in here again. I am catering for the older people, the older end of the market. I don't cater for stags and hens. I cater for the old age pensioners who come here for a break, and they absolutely love the bingo. They come and sit here all day long and all night long. They absolutely love it. We're offering here something that's not available anywhere else. You go along the promenade there, you see bingos there and arcades there that cater for the stags and hens. In here, we cater for the families. We're a family amusement centre. We cater for the families. But obviously we do get some stags and hens in sometimes, and they are welcome to come in. But basically, we are catering. We're a family arcade, a family bingo, and that's what we cater for.
I don't think it would have managed to sort of carry on as a business. It was really hitting some hard times, really. And it weren't just our guest house, it was a lot of hotels, guest houses, flats, all over the resort, really. The numbers weren't coming into Blackpool. It was mainly just day trips. Day trippers coming in and not stopping overnight. So you've got to come up with other ideas, other ways to try and survive, haven't you? Things change, don't they? People now going abroad. You can go abroad and stop there for 2 or 3 nights, and it's as cheap as, isn't it?
In my opinion, over the past 4 years, with the current economic climate, if it wasn't for the stags and hens, Blackpool would have gone to the wall. It's the stags and the hens that have kept the economy vibrant and kept it going. So on a weekend, stags and hens, during the week, families and couples. That's the basic breakdown. So there is room for both, and generally they work well together.
I won 18 quid on the golf.
Have you?
Not playing golf.
You're playing for money?
No, I didn't mean it that way. No,
That's a flipping gambling.
No, Jimenez, it came 4th in the...
Tony's lived in Blackpool his entire life and retired a few years ago. He doesn't like how the town has changed.
Having visited a number of other seaside resorts. I think Blackpool is unique, certainly. There's far more to do in Blackpool than there is in the vast majority of other seaside resorts. But it's got this reputation now, that you wouldn't want to be in Blackpool town centre at midnight on a Friday or Saturday night. Now, I go to Spain fairly regularly, and I feel safer there than I would do if I was in Blackpool town centre late at night. Perhaps I'm misleading myself with that, but that's the way I feel.
When I were a kid, I can remember we'd go onto the pleasure beach, onto the promenade. It was families. The future of Blackpool is getting the families back here.
With the increasing number of stag and hen parties taking place in Blackpool, the concerns of residents are understandable. However, it's clear that this trend will continue, and with no end in sight, for people like Alan, it's business as usual.
How long do you see yourself personally carrying on?
Oh, as long as I can. I hope I die here. I'm 54 now, and I certainly want to do another 20 years,
When evening shadows fall, we'll hear the curfews call, calling us over.